Are you a Christian, by the way?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Does that bull? Exactly. And they're worshiping what?
Oh yeah, the golden bull.
Exactly. And now here we all are, standing around, gathering around this golden bull, which represents abundance, wealth, fertility. Hey, this is Cam from Christspiracy in NYC at Wall Street and the Stock Exchange to talk about what this really stands for. I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what the word capital means?
Do I know what the word capital means?
What the etymology of the term capital is, meaning where the root of the word capital comes from.
As in money. So
There's an etymological root to the word capital. Can you guess what it is?
I cannot. Educate me.
I believe it comes from Latin, but I'm really not sure about the origin.
I don't know the etymology, but I think that's a Latin word.
Exactly.
Maybe from caput, I don't know, maybe head.
Head, exactly. Good job. Yeah. So cap, as in the head of cattle, actually. It represents head of cattle. The etymology is head of cattle because herding cultures that establish wealth, their value was established on the head of the animals that they subjugated. So another word, have you ever heard of pecuniary? Pecuniary interest.
I have not.
It's a term for money.
Pecunia means like you are flock or something.
Yes, flock, like flocks of animals.
Okay. So we're talking agricultural stuff.
Exactly. And then we're here, Wall Street's close by. Where are we right now? The New York what?
Stock exchange.
The New York Stock Exchange. Livestock. Livestock, right?
Okay.
What if I told you that the entire financial system that we have today is built off of the backs of the enslavement of animals? Herding cultures measured their wealth in terms of heads in ancient times. The first form of wealth was livestock.
Absolutely. I understand that, yes.
Yeah. And now still to this day, most people don't know it, but our entire economy is built on the backs of the heads of animals, of livestock. That livestock turns into a whole system of monetary exchange, also built on the temple animal sacrificial ritual. And did you know, are you a Christian, by the way?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Does that bull? Exactly. You know the story of Moses, huh? From the Bible.
Yes.
Those who will not live by the law shall die by the law.
And they're worshiping what?
Oh yeah, the golden bull.
Exactly. And now here we all are, standing around, gathering around this golden bull, which represents abundance, wealth, fertility.
Merrill Lynch.
And everyone here is grasping the genitals of the bull, and it's kind of a good luck charm for abundance. Same type of thing, right? Well, the irony is that if you aren't aware, in order to make livestock so that we can make money off of them, we have to, as humans, forcibly impregnate cows, meaning that we have to masturbate bulls to be able to get their semen to put it into other cows to make more and more livestock, right? So it's quite ironic when standing in front of this, right? It's like a large portion of our subsidies in, say, America, you know, subsidies, the amount of tax dollars that go towards something, 80% globally, billions of dollars of subsidies goes to animal agriculture to the millions of dollars that goes to plant agriculture. In fact, there's up to 1,000 times more subsidies that go to animal livestock than plant livestock. Does that sound like balanced and efficient to you guys?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like so.
Well, I'll put it this way. If we remove the subsidies and the externalized costs from, say, a McDonald's hamburger, 7 of those dollars are externalized costs, meaning that we, the taxpayer, are paying for those costs of the hamburger. So a McDonald's hamburger that costs around $13 to $15 should really be more like $5. So we're all collectively paying for everyone's McDonald's hamburgers. And then the last thing is, are you familiar at all with the story of Jesus, the historical story where he goes in and he flips the tables of the money changers in the temple? Are you familiar with this?
Yes, I'm familiar, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's called the Temple Cleanse. So I have a film called Christspiracy that is looking at the pivotal moment in the historical Jesus story where he overturns the tables, the money changers' tables. Do you know why he was flipping the tables? Back then, the temple was like the stock exchange. The temple was where all the exchanging of all the money and it was the market, right? But do you know at the temple exchange in Jerusalem what that money was for? What were they selling?
What were they selling? They were selling
I believe animals of different kinds.
animals,
Exactly.
birds, doves, things to be used for sacrifice.
Animals for sacrifice. And what did Jesus do with those birds and doves and oxen?
Well, Scripture doesn't say what he did with them, but he turned the tables over and he ransacked their business.
Well, what if I told you that in the Gospel of John it says that he actually breaks the cages of the doves and lets the oxen and sheep free?
I would ask you where in the Gospel of John.
He goes in and it says in the scripture that he frees the animals and sends them out and says, my Father's house is meant to be a house of prayer for all nations, or even all creatures, depending on how you translate the Greek. But he says, you've made it a den of thieves. And in our new documentary, Christspiracy, and it talks about that one act that Jesus did where he turned the tables and freed the animals, and how it's connected back to our monetary system and subjugation and oppression of animals, people, slaves. It's the advent of war. Everything comes down to our herding and, like I said, human manipulation of animal species.
I'm going to follow up on that.
Yes, trying to find out how many people are aware of what this potentially could represent.
The idol. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. All right, brother. Take care. God bless you. Yeah, take care. So I'm here at the end of Wall Street, as you can see, and just below the sign, halal food is being sold. And then right at the end of the intersection here at Wall Street is a church. And then just below the church, if you look, there's euros being sold with lamb, chicken, and beef. It doesn't get any more Christspiracy than that.
Is there a right way to kill a beast? Justified imagery of blood on the streets. They're the thieves. What's the right way to kill a beast? Sharing bloodshed just to eat. The truth you believe ain't complete. They're the thieves.